Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome in everybody. Just going to wait a couple of minutes before we make a start. So do bear with me guys. So I'm going to just present up some offers on the screen as we go through the broadcast and using some of the gadgets. So if you do see something you like, there might be something actually in the view, like a cup and a lunchbox. So just have a look in throughout the shop. So tonight then we're doing this. We're doing a pork steak with a creamy mash and a peppercorn sauce. So it's step by step. There's all the ingredients you're going to need. Potatoes, broccoli. It does ask for shallots, but I'm not going to use that. Because I actually don't have any. I thought I did. I don't have any. You could use a white onion, or I'm going to use a red onion, as you can see. So we'll chop that up. We're going to use the pork steaks. Don't have any rosemary, but I've got some peppercorns. We're going to use chicken stock powder and some creme fraiche. And as you can see, it is by this company here. Okay, so we're going to follow the steps. So let's make a start. So first thing it says prep the vegetables. So broccoli, potatoes and onion. So what I've got for you here is we're going to use, again, my favourite little gadget. We're going to use the dicer. You see me use this every day, every time I'm cooking. This shows you how popular this item is because it's getting used. So we're going to use it for the potatoes first. So let's take this off. We want small cubes of potatoes. Now you have seen me before in the past cut up potatoes, and the reason we're cutting them small is so that when they go into the pan and they start boiling, which I should put the kettle on for actually as well, they will cook a lot quicker. So slot this on the top, you lift this up. I'm okay with cubes, so we're going to slot this on with skins on. You'll see that okay guys, yep. I'm just going to roll this down, and then we've got some, we've sort of got chips there. There was one thing I needed to do, and that was to make them a bit smaller. So I'm going to put them into just circles so they don't end up looking like chips. Quickly. I actually have a mandolin that I could have used to cut these up actually, and I could have shown you that as well. But let's just do these first. You just pop these back through. Oops, if you want to. And what that will do is just cut them into cubes. It doesn't matter, it's all going to cook. So always skin side down. Okay. And the reason for doing this is because otherwise you're just going to get chips and you're not going to get... You get French fries. It's just it's saving a little bit of time. Make sure it's on properly, of course. Obviously you could do this up with some old potatoes. Say you've got some potatoes and then you can freeze them, which is perfectly fine. Make sure they're flat. Just slot this on. You can see these are creating nice potato cubes, which is what we want. Oh, you could have put on loads at once. Should have done that really, shouldn't I? Okay, I think, look how quick that was. Just to do all them cubes of potatoes really fast. If you do want one of these guys, the link's down below. I'm just going to make a few more because these potatoes need using up. So we can just slice them into nice flats, and then we'll pop them through. So we're just coming up to past. I'm on a bit earlier tonight, guys. I just fancied my food a little bit earlier. Right. I'll spin it round instead. That's just a bit easy to do. Lift this up instead. Okay. So again, just slot them on. Yes, you could use a knife. I even said yesterday that using a knife, if you're cooking and you're sort of trying to keep up with timings and everything, by all means use a knife. Sometimes it's the best thing, but sometimes it's not. It just depends on how much time you've got, I guess. There we go. So, because I'm making mashed potato, I love mash. That is going to cook so quick. So we're just going to get a saucepan now. Okay. We're just going to add all these in. If you want one of these, guys, links down below. Just slot all these, skin and all, guys. I can't believe how quick that cut up. As I say, it works with other things, cucumbers and any vegetables. Really, really good. Right, so I'm going to add some hot water now to this. Just a little quicker method to make mashed potato. Get all that in there. We're going to add plenty of salt. And then we're going to get this boiling. So let me know where you're coming in from, guys. Let me know in the comments. You do realise you can put a whole potato in the chopper. You can, yes, but I don't do that. The reason I didn't do that, because I just told you then, the reason why is I was making potato squares, not French fries. If you put a whole potato in, you're going to get a French fry. Okay, so I cut it up into smaller chunks, thin strips, and then put it back through, because if not, you're going to get French fries. You won't get potato squares. Okay, but thank you for your feedback. I do appreciate your feedback. Right, so let's pop on my lid. I'm going to get this boiling, and then we're going to just do the next thing, which is the onions. So let's just quickly rinse that out. Really easy to rinse. Okay, that's fine. Right, so for onions, exactly the same method, but I do always tell people, because I've been using a smaller chopper for about 4 years now, and I've gone through 2 of them because people are not using them properly, and they're using hard vegetables that have been in the fridge. Don't do that. Make sure they're room temperature vegetables, otherwise you're going to damage your blades, okay? So I'm just telling you this because I've probably spent twice as much on choppers, so I don't want you to have to keep replacing them, because soon they will start to they will break if you don't do them proper, if you don't use the proper if you don't read the instructions basically of how to use them. So I'm going to take these off. We're still going to cut these up smaller. This gadget is not, it's a brilliant gadget to cut up stuff, but you must make sure that it fits the blade, otherwise you're going to end up breaking the blade by forcing it down. Okay, always be careful, yes, when you're in the kitchen. I totally agree with that one. Right, so let's slot this on once again. Now I need this to be really small, so I'm going to have to change the blade. As I'm still going to cut this up, because I find that just to get all the right measurements, it's better to do that. So we're going to do this into a smaller blade, because I like really nice onions. So we get a smaller one, slot this in, and we're going to slot this on, put the skin side down, like that, and push it through. Okay, again, skin side down, push it through, skin side down. It just helps. There we go, perfect. Look at all those nicely diced onions. Once again, guys, look at that, how quick that took. No, my eyes are never watering, not with this. Although I have done in the past when I've used the chili, cut up chili before in the past, touched my eyes. And let's just say that wasn't the best cooking experience of my life. Right, so that's all the onions done. So what I'm going to do is put these into a bowl. You could leave them in there if you wanted to, until you need it. In fact, let's leave it in there because I don't need it for anything else. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll leave it in there. I'm going to pop this to one side because we've got one other thing to do whilst I heat up my frying pan, and then I'll spin you round. Okay, we're going to now do some broccoli. So we've got a nice bag of broccoli here. It says actually to cut them up, but these are already cut up. So what I'll do is spin you round, just show you Hopefully I'm not zoomed in still, probably am. So we're going to go around. We're going to bring you down to the pan. Hopefully you can all see this okay. I'll try my best to read the comments as we go along. So how do you like the view? Do you want it out or do you want it zoomed in? I think we'll do it like that. I'll just zoom out a bit, there we go. Right, so what I'll do, so potatoes are in there, they're going to be boiling away. I'll move that to one side. I'm going to put my broccoli in here. So I always get a steamer because I find steam cooking is a lot healthier for you. So just get as many broccoli. Actually, I will add some cauliflower in there as well. I think if you've got any food that you need to use up, just cook it off and then you can have it another day. You can always use it for other things. Okay, so that's the broccoli. I'm going to pop the lid on the top. That's all the potatoes done. They're going to cook away nicely. Hey Anne, good to see you again. Right, so we're doing pork steaks tonight. I'll just show everyone, if you're just joining, we're doing pork steak with a creamy mash and a peppercorn sauce. So we've just cut up the potatoes and the onions, and now I think we're going to cook the, we're going to move on to the next step. So you'll see this okay. So preheat oven, well we're not using the oven, saucepan of water with salt, potato and broccoli, chop the potatoes into 2cm chunks. We'll use the vegetable chopper for that. We're going to boil the potato in one of the pans. I'm steam cooking my broccoli. So it says, meanwhile, put a frying pan on heat, no oil is needed, rub each pork steak with some oil and season with salt and pepper. Okay, so let's get our pork steaks. I'm actually going to cook. I'm going to cook, yeah, I'll cook up. Do I cook them all? I should cook them all, shouldn't I? Because they always put too many in. Well, not too many in, but they do. And I'm going to dampen my pork as well. This is a good tip for everybody. I'm going to get some paper towel. You're doing a chicken? Oh, that sounds nice. I wasn't sure if you were going to be live or not, and it's always at the moment where I think I want to come on early, but I was wondering if Anne was going to be live or not. And so hopefully I won't be too long, because pork doesn't take too long. So what we do is we're going to take our pork steak. Although it said don't put any oil on it. Let me just read that again. So rub each pork steak with oil. Yes, we do need some oil, so but you don't need it in the pan. So what I'm going to do, dampen the meat on one side. I'm going to put it into the pan, because it should be nice and warm now. Is it warm? Just. You'll see this okay, guys? Yep. I'll zoom in a second. My hands are just a little bit. That's two nice pieces of pork. We'll do it like that for now. Quick wash of my hands. Sorry, it's in the way. Okay. Yeah, I'll do two at the minute and then go up in the comments. When am I not live? It's usually between like after 6 o'clock. Okay, just reading the comments. There we go. You made cottage pie. Oh, that sounds nice, June. Sounds really nice. Right, let's get some oil on here. So it's all strange this to me because I'm using a different tripod, and so I'm going to put a little bit of oil on. We're using the oil spritzer as well here, so you can get this on TikTok if you want to. Right, I'll try and read the comments now while that's cooking. Shall I zoom in a bit? Okay. So next step then, we need to put out some salt and pepper on. Salt and pepper. A bit there. Bit of pepper. Now it doesn't take long for pork to cook. So once this is cooked, I think I've got to put this in the oven actually. Normally I do it in the air fryer, so it's a lot quicker. Okay, if you've got any questions, guys, let me know in the comments. Yeah, so it says there, season with salt and pepper. When the pan is hot, fry the pork 1 to 2 minutes on each side, then transfer to a baking tray and top with the rosemary sprigs. So what I could do, I could put it in the air fryer, I think. I'm just going to move my onions again. I'm not going to use the oven, I'm going to use the the air fryer, I think. So, make some space. You know, I've got this world's smallest kitchen. It's always a nightmare. So, I'm going to get my grill on. Lift this up, put this in there. Just stay with me, guys. So, I thought I'd organised my kitchen quite well today, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be using the air fryer or not. So, I'm going to put the grill on. Yeah, it's trying to set it to a baking tray. So I could put it on the bake. Do I put it on the bake function or the grill function? I think it needs to go in for 10 minutes. I could put it on for 8. I'll put it on for 6 or 7 minutes, I think. And I think I'll put it on the grill. So I'll press 6 minutes because I'll get this heated up. There we go. So, hello. Oh, thank you for following, Jane. Thank you. First time you did cottage pie. Oh, that does sound really nice. Does sound really nice. I've not made a cottage pie for a while. Normally I do it with. So it's, if you're doing shepherd's pie, you do it with lamb mince. If you do it with cottage pie, you do it with beef mince. I think, yeah. So right, I think this is ready to be turned over now. We're gonna get our tongs. Oh, yeah. Let's turn it over. So, oh yes, look at them, guys. I might turn it over again, but oh, that looks really good. Really, really good. So if you hear a noise in the background, that is my my Ninja foodie there, just on the left. I'm gonna spin you back there. So, what do we think to the new position? Do we like it? Where's that there? So I'm just going to give it 2 minutes or so. A lot of people can't go vegan, unfortunately, Illuminations, because it's part of the diet. You've got to understand that. And I don't really get political with things, but cooking is about all foods. All foods. That includes vegan foods. We do vegan foods. We do vegetarian foods. We do gluten-free foods. We do all foods here. But there's a lot of people that have to eat meat as part of their diet, and some people can't not eat meat because it would make them very, very ill, and that is a truth, scientifically proven. So I'm not going to go political with that, but we're here to cook all different foods from all around the world, all foods accepted, including maybe one day we'll do insects. So that's a challenge. That's going to be one of our cooking Saturdays, Anne, I think. Your challenge will be to cook something with insects. Although there might be a few insects falling down from the top of my oven, if you can have a look up there. No cobwebs, I promise you that, but... Oh, it looks good, thank you. Are you doing the spicy? No, we're going to make them just normal pork. Meant to have rosemary on, but I've not got any rosemary. I've got a few mixed herbs. We'll put a few mixed herbs on. So I opened it especially yesterday for Anne. So we'll put a few of the mixed herbs on. I think it's got rosemary in, if you can see there. Yeah, a little bit of thyme. So, right, I think these might be ready to go in the Ninja now. Let's turn these 1 to 2 minutes on each side. Oh, it's going to cook in there anyway. Oh yeah, look at the colour on that. Because we're going to use this pan in a minute, we're going to make a nice peppercorn sauce. Okay? So we're going to make a nice creamy mash and then serve it with some broccoli. So I'm just going to zoom out. I'm still getting used to this tripod, guys, so bear with me and see how far out I am. So let's get these in. Sorry for the mess inside. Okay, we're going to get these on here. Not using the big grill. We're just going to cook these for 6 minutes, okay? Just going to press the preheat button and get them in. Oh, I forgot to put the herbs on. Just going to turn this pan down a bit. We'll put a few herbs on there. Just a dash. Well, you can't see this, but hopefully they won't blow up into the... Put a little bit of, just a tiny bit of oil on it. If you can see that, yeah. just to stop it from blowing into the fan. Okay, so I'll spin you back round to the pan. There we go. Right, so next step then, we're going to be making a sauce. It says heat a splash of oil in the pan. So let's add a splash of oil in the pan. Again, using the spritzer. We're going to add in the onions next. So these were the onions we used with the vegetable chopper. Let's see the comments. There we go. So let's get all these in. So normally I'd be using shallots, but I haven't got any, so we're going to use red onions instead. And we're going to fry off these onions, get all them in there. This smells really good. So we'll get a wooden spoon, get all them cooking away in the pan. I'm trying to read your comments as I go along, guys. Okay, and then what we're going to do next is we're going to fry these for 4 minutes. And then it says lightly crush some black peppercorns if you've got them and add them to the shallots with the chicken stock powder and some 100 millilitres of water. So let's add some, get my water ready, 100 ml to go with the chicken stock. So this is how you make a peppercorn sauce, guys, or trying to make a peppercorn sauce. So we're just frying the onions. It might taste a little bit different because they're red onions and not white onions. And you notice I didn't clear that pan, so it's got all that nice flavour from the pork as well in these onions. And because we cut them up really small, they're going to take half the time. So Anne says, how do you get viewers in? I'm lucky if I have 5. Everyone make sure you're following Anne Rush because she comes live. It's usually on another app, isn't it? I'm not allowed to say it, but there is another app that she comes live on. But if you come live here on TikTok, I'm sure we know what time you're on, we'll know. Let me just change something 1 second, guys. So yeah, making these onions really small just means they cook. They you know, with cost of energy and everything going up, you don't want to be heating your pan for too long. So cut up your onions or get a vegetable slicer and it will mean that your onions will cook a lot quicker. Right, I'm just going to flip these over because the ninja's telling me to. So, oh, it's smoking up in here, guys. They're smoking up in here. They look amazing though. 3 minutes. So look at them onions, how they're cooking already. But yeah, I think Anne, it's just I usually let people know that I'm on anyway when I'm on the morning, so if I come on a morning on TikTok I let people know what time I'm on. Although I'm actually 30 minutes earlier than I would normally be, so I try and post an event up on my profile. But again, I've not done that today, so there's a few who are not here. Probably think that I'm coming on at 5. Okay, this machine's steaming up a little bit, so what I'm going to do, just going to turn it down if I can. I don't know how I turn this down. It should be alright, but just got to monitor it sometimes if it gets a bit smoky. So 4 minutes for the onions. Right, let's add in now the chicken stock powder. Or you can add in the chicken. I'm going to use the chicken stock liquid. Let's get this in here. Let me know where you're watching from. I know Anne's watching in Denmark. Right, let's add in that water. Just like that. I'm just going to mix all that in. It smells really good. Oh, did I have peppercorns in? Let's get some peppercorns in here as well. I've got to add that in. I don't actually have peppercorns, but I do have a lot of pepper. So we're going to get a lot of pepper in here. Not too much, but enough to create a peppercorn sauce. So if you've got the whole peppercorns like that, just, well, there we are, there's the camera. Crush them up if you can do it. This is how to make your own peppercorn sauce, but use white onions, not red onions. So this might taste completely different, but this is a quick and easy way to make your own peppercorn sauce. Just the chicken stock powder, water, onions and peppercorns. And this smells really good. I might have added too many onions in here, but never mind, never mind. So we're going to let this bubble away, boil, and if it gets too thick then you can add a little bit more water to this. So thank you for the follow, Sam. So just mixing all that in, let it all simmer away. About 24 seconds on the pork. We've got the potatoes boiling away, the broccoli. It all smells really good. So if you've got any questions, guys, let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, this pork looks amazing. Let me just show you the pork. There we go. Oh, just look at that, guys. What do we think, guys? So good. I love this machine. You know I love this machine. And it's thanks to you guys. Well, when they sent me awards, any awards that ever sent go back into my broadcast. So I'm just going to let this simmer away. This smells really good, actually. We're going to let the pork sit for. You could wrap it up in some foil so it stays nice and warm if you want to. I'm going to keep it in the Ninja, let it cool down a bit, and then I'll leave it in the Ninja so it just doesn't go too dry. But I think with pork, a lot of times, a lot of people do overcook the pork. I was overcooking my pork. So you only want to fry it for 1 to 2 minutes on each side in a pan, and then put it in the oven for about 8 minutes. I set it to 6 minutes on the Ninja because it's an air fan, so it's going to cook a lot quicker, so you don't need to put it in for too long. Okay, so I hope you're making notes. I might have added a bit too much onion in this because it's really meant to be a shallot, not a full onion, and I added a whole onion in, so never mind. It will be a little bit, and obviously shallots, not red onions, but it still smells really good. It still smells really, really, really good. Right, let me just move this out of the way. So I'm going to bring the Ninja down and just press stop. Okay. Let's put that to one side. So next thing we need to do is the mashed potato. So let me check if the mash is done. It's been boiling away for a few. About 20 minutes, so because we cut them up really small, they should be done much quicker, or quicker than normal. So let's get one of the potatoes out and just check it. What can I use? I can use my my mouth. Yeah, they're cooked. They're really cooked. They're not mushy. So let's. Oh, this smells really good. Really, really good. So I've just got to empty this out, and then I'll spin you back. I'll spin you round in just a second. Stay with me, guys. Oops, we're steaming up. So I'm just going to put the potatoes back in the saucepan. They look really, really good. Broccoli's all steamed. So I'll just spin you round because we're going to make the mash now. So come with me, guys. Hey, Melanie. So I'll spin you round. Sorry for the mess. I need to get used to this. Right, so creamy mash then. How do we make this creamy mash while I'm stirring the peppercorn sauce? Right, season the potato with salt and pepper. So we'll add in the salt. We've got more pepper going in. There's a lot of pepper in this dish. Maybe not too much. Okay, we're going to add a splash of milk. You've seen me do this before, so a splash of milk. I'm not adding too much milk in because I'm going to add in some butter and some creme fraiche. How long does that sauce need to go on for? Does it say? Let's have a look. 4 minutes. Oh no. Bring to a boil, it says. So just keep stirring it. It's not on a high heat, so it should be all right. Right, we're going to add a knob of butter. I'm using olive spread, so we get that in there. I always put my lid down and I can never find it. There it is. Are we doing okay, everyone? Okay. And then what we're going to do, stir in some creme fraiche. We need 75 grams. So I'm using fresh British Light creme fraiche. 75 grams. How much have we got here? 300 ml. Oh, I know what we can use for this. 75 grams. We'll use our measuring spoon. Because this is grams. This says grams, doesn't it? Yeah, 75 grams. I'll hold it at that. I actually have a use for it. 54. And then I need 25. Because I always add too much. 25. Perfect. And turn that off. So this is a digital measuring spoon, guys. Right, let's stir this in. Or we'll get a masher and stir it in. I'm going to turn that sauce off. I should have mashed that first. So I'm going to mash this. This is our creamy mash. I know we all do our mashed potato differently, and maybe you've got a secret ingredient. What I like to do is mash it all up and then give it a good stir at the end. Look at that, guys. That is perfect. It's not too lumpy. It's not too liquidy. Might be a little bit of skin in there, but that's because I did use the skin. Left the skin on the potatoes. Yeah, that is perfect. Look at that, guys. What do we think? Marks out of 10. Looks good. Right, gonna give my peppercorn sauce one last stir. That's well, it's kind of like a sauce, but it's too much. I think I did too many onions. Right, I think it's time to serve. It's serving time. So, really quick recipe, I think, this one. Let's move these out of the way. Try and make some room. I have no room in this kitchen. Don't drop this. I better not drop it ever. Make some room. So we're going to start then with season the potato with salt and pepper. We've done that. Stir in the cream fraiche and peppercorn sauce warm through gently. Once combined, remove from the heat. Serve the mashed potato with pork and peppercorn sauce with broccoli on the side. So we just need a spoon now. So we'll add this on. That's one. Oh, it smells really good. It's a bit like, can you imagine cauliflower in this? A cauliflower cheese potato. There's another word for it. Is it like potato gratin or something like that? Now let's turn off all my hobs. Right, let's get the pork. Oh, that looks really good. Where's my tongs, I found them. Oh yeah, this is looking good. We've got the pork on there. I wish I did the extra pork now. Pork on the other one. And then we're going to finish this off. Oh, we need that sauce as well. I will do in a second. We're going to add the broccoli, the cauliflower. Do the broccoli and the cauliflower on the other one. So if you're a person that doesn't like to cook and you think, why should I cook? This is what you get if you just put your mind just for an hour on just a simple dish. Doesn't have to be too extravagant, but you can make quick food, healthy food. We're going to add that sauce now with them onions, just on the top of that pork, like that. I'm just going to do the other one. So I think that is just enough. What do you think, guys? Too many onions, I know, but sometimes you want a little bit more extra of something when you're eating. You think, I wish I had more than that. So I'm just going to swap this one for this one, and we'll come back in a second and test that. And I'll let you know my opinion. So stay with me. In just a moment. Right, let's spin you round. Oh, thanks, Anne. It's funny that everyone looks at the other things as well, not the food. Right, let's flip the camera round. Enhance, flip. There's me. Hello, guys. I'm mirrored, aren't I? So, right, let's do the taste test. So, mirror video. There we go. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Now, this is the taste test. So, I want you to mark this out of 10. Let me know what you think. Okay, so when I normally cook the pork, I have done it before in the pan. I've normally put it in the oven. I've not done it in the pan and then put it in the Ninja without reading the temperature, so I'm certain it's cooked. That just comes through experience of you know, using the machine. So I always go by what you think is best for you. So we're going to first of all go in. Let's go in for the broccoli. So this was steamed broccoli. Usually broccoli doesn't need to be cooked for too long. Hello, Anne's mum, good to see you. We need to do them Yorkshire puddings again. That is cooked perfectly. Although I do prefer my broccoli to be a bit softer, but it's sort of, it's al dente. Is that the word, al dente? Taste the peppercorns already. Right, let's go in for the broccoli. There's the broccoli. Ryan says, nice to put a face to the voice. Oh, thanks, Ryan. I usually show myself all the time, and usually you can't get rid of me off the screen. So it's because when we do wordscapes, you don't see my face. Or if I'm doing, obviously the cooking now with this new tripod. Melanie knows what I'm talking about now. Right, so let's go in for the onions. You want me to taste the pork. So there we go, onions. So these are red onions, not white onions. Oh, that's really good. Just going to move the pan because it's starting to cook. Just got to move stuff. Give that a try, guys. If you don't have red onions, and if you don't have white onions or shallots, use red onions. They actually taste better than last time I made this, because I have made this before. Let's go in for that creamy mash. Was it all cooked properly using the vegetable slicer? So we added creme fraiche into this, so let's have a taste. Okay, I think the potato could have done with a little bit longer. Not gonna lie. So not all, but it gives it a nice texture, I think. I'm trying to read the comments. They're a little bit, because I'm going to put my hand there a second so I can read the comment. Since you see me, oh yes, when was that, Ryan? When was that? It was a while ago, or recently. Let's go in for this pork then. So this is the most important part. Now normally I do 2 pieces of pork, not one. Looks good. Let me just lift it up to the camera so you can see without dropping a knife today. That's the pork. So let's go for it. It's got a nice cooked texture. Here we go. Oh my goodness, yeah. That is really good. I'm not just saying that, and I know I said it before. There are times when I might have had, well, most times, I'd say about 95% of the time, whenever I'm cooking, you know, showing you something or having food, I usually say it's good. And this is actually very, very, very good. So, it's not dry, there's so much flavour coming from that peppercorn sauce. Cooked perfectly. I'm sorry I'm talking my mouth full. So, that is it, guys. I'm going to go and eat this now. So, quite chewy actually, but it's really good. Aaron says it's good British beef. No, it's not beef. This is pork. But actually, it does taste a little bit like beef, to be honest. You never know. So, I'm going to go and eat this, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, shops down below if you want to buy anything. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Maybe mixed, yes. Take care, guys.